This is the Compliance Desk Advisor. You ask questions about IPSA's accounting treatments in plain language, and it answers with the treatment and the citations behind it. Your conversations are kept in the sidebar, so every answer stays on file. First, tell the advisor where you work, your jurisdiction, entity type, reporting basis, and currency, and optionally your reporting period. Every answer is tailored to this context. Fill it in and select Save Context. You only do this once. If your question concerns a specific document, a budget report, a contract, a financial statement, you can attach it as a PDF and the advisor will analyze it alongside your question. Drag it onto the panel or click to browse. Here we attach a donor disbursement advice. Uploads stay private to your account, and this step is entirely optional. Your document is now listed, with a control to remove it if you change your mind. Select Start Conversation to open a new conversation. Each one keeps your question, any attached documents, the advisor's answer and its citations together on file. Describe your transaction or question as you would put it to a colleague, referring to the attached document where it helps. Here, the disbursement advice sets out the grant and its milestone conditions. You do not need to name a standard, the desk finds the right one. Then select Analyze, or press Ctrl and Enter together, to send it. The answer arrives as a structured treatment, the applicable standard and why it applies, then recognition, measurement, disclosure, the journal entries, practical notes, the key judgments, and the sources, each citing the exact paragraphs you can verify. Best practice is built in. It flags the common mistakes to avoid and the sounder approach. And it is honest about its citations. Where a source does not cleanly support the point, it says so rather than papering over it. Print or save as PDF to file the answer with your records. In the fuller walkthrough, take each section in turn. Recognition tells you when the transaction enters your accounts and as what. Here, the grant is held as a liability and released to revenue only as each milestone condition is met. Measurement sets the amounts, what to record now, and what stays on the balance sheet until you have delivered. Disclosure lists what your notes must say, and the journal entries give the actual debits and credits to post. Then practical notes and key judgments do something you would otherwise pay a specialist for. They set out the common mistakes on a transaction like this, and the sounder way to handle each. Every answer closes with its sources, and here is the part worth dwelling on. Each citation is checked, a clean tick where the paragraph squarely supports the point, and a flag on any that do not. By separating what can be cited cleanly from what cannot, the desk singles out the harder judgments for a closer look. Over a period of work, that classifies your most difficult assessments into a higher risk category, a risk-adjusted compliance process, not a flat pile of answers. One more feature worth knowing. Beyond the accounting treatment, the desk can run the same question through added review layers. Here is the donor compliance layer. Grant compliance checks against the EU, the UN, the World Bank and other donor rulebooks, which you select from the review drop-down to run alongside the IPSA's treatment. And a customized edition goes further still. It loads your own financial procedures and your national legislation, so every answer also tells you whether you comply with your own rulebook, not only with IPSA's. Here is where the flagged citations land. from every layer of review. Any answer in your chosen period whose citations were not completely clean is listed with its date, its question, and the exact reservation, whether the flag sits against IPSAS, against a donor rulebook, or against your own national procedures, so nothing needing a human eye slips past. Review each item and select Remove from List once a person has checked the treatment. Routine answers pass straight through, while the harder judgments get a documented human check, risk-adjusted compliance, built into your daily work. Scope the list to the job in hand. Period presets run from a week to a quarter, with a custom range for your exact reporting window, and you can group the items by period, by review layer, or by conversation. The source filters isolate one layer at a time: IPSAS, donor rulebooks, or your own government procedures. Government procedures only, for example, keeps just the checks against your own rulebook and legislation. Removing an item records the sign off rather than deleting it. Tick Show cleared items and the audit trail stays visible, showing who cleared each item and when, and you can restore anything that needs another look. Download CSV exports the list for your working papers, in international or American date format, and print files a copy with your records. Nothing goes missing. The advisor keeps your recent conversations on its landing page, and this page holds the full record. Search by title, filter by period, and open any conversation to revisit its answer and citations. Ask, verify, sign off, and keep the record. That is the compliance desk.